Hi, this is Mario Panicucci from Health and Wellness, journal number 4. The questions this week were on stress. And the first question was, were you surprised with your life stressor score? Why or why not? And I said, no, I wasn't surprised with my score because I do know what stresses exist in my life at this time, and other times sometimes I handle them well, and other times I start yelling at my loved ones when I get overwhelmed with all my responsibilities I have. So I do know what stresses exist in my life. I just have to learn how to cope with them better or figure out a way to eliminate them as much as possible. What major stressors are impacting your wellness? Well, my only stressor under health is the major change in my usual amount of recreation that has affected us since 2008. Since the crash of 2008, our income has changed, so our activities as far as us going out to enjoy ourselves, to go to the movies anytime we want, or go out to dinner anytime we want, or just in general doing things that cost money to do have taken a back seat in our lives because we just can't afford them all the time. So that's one major stress. Then the under the work, the change in my work hours and conditions have changed. So I've had to look for other methods of income since the 2008 market crash, which fortunately have come my way, but not enough to make up for the difference in my income. So I am making other income by going back and teaching aerobics to the elderly 1 day a week on Tuesdays for a couple hours and make an extra $120 for the day. So times 4 is an extra $480 a month. And then, I picked up some elderly jobs for performances, for DJ performances, which have, added to income during the week and throughout the month. But just you have to wait for your money. It takes 30, 60 days to get paid for each job. So you're always waiting for money. So it's really not, and that hasn't really affected us greatly in the better. I mean, it does come our way, but it takes much longer. Then my personal social stressors were the largest affected by stress. I had three things that affected me. Within the last year, there has been a change in my personal habits by not going to the gym to work out anymore. And that's because of school. And the next thing is last year I began taking courses at Ashford University, which really sprung up the stress in my household. With due dates and the amount of time that I spend doing research in front of the computer, it just takes a lot of extra time, and it's taken away from my workout time, my personal time for myself. Recently, we just went on vacation for 5 days, but that was stressful because I really didn't get to enjoy the first 2 days of my vacation. Well, actually, it was a 4 day vacation. I didn't really enjoy the first 2 days. Sunday and Monday, I was working on homework that was due on Monday because I had no time previously to that to do it any other days. So I had to do it on my vacation time. So my vacation really wasn't much of a vacation. It was more of a stressful vacation in the beginning, and then I got to enjoy the last 2 days. The last area, of course, is the one that affects everyone in life, is the financial stressors. And the financial stressors had the highest number of stress number. I had a decrease in income for the last few years, so I've been pending foreclosure on my mind every day for the last 3 years. I fell behind a mortgage on my first home I owned, which has been income property for the past 10 years. Because of various reasons, such as my tenants constantly destroying my place and not paying me rent on time or ever, they've affected us financially in this house, which has led us to only pay one mortgage, which is the house we live in. So that's a major stress in our lives, is the financial stressors. By not having enough money to pay both mortgages and any repairs that come up, or them not paying rent and then I would have to float the mortgage, and it just hasn't been able to, I haven't been able to do that. And the next question was, which dimensions of wellness are impacted by stress? Well, that was the ones I just went over: health, home, work, personal, social, and financial. So, overall wellness has been affected by all those different dimensions. Describe and demonstrate the relaxation technique that you tried in your video journal. Well, I've tried the method of meditation, and I've done it other times throughout the last few years, but never stuck with it on a daily basis or even on a weekly basis to reap the benefits of it. It is something that I believe that I really want to master and be able to connect and recharge myself with God every day, to help me be empowered to attract good energy into my life and help me reverse the negative energies that surround us each day. That's really what I want to do. Do you think the relaxation technique you tried would be effective in reducing your stress level if practiced on a regular basis? I not only believe it will work, but I've seen the benefits from others doing the same technique to improve their lives, not only physically but financially. We are all made up of energy, and connecting to our main source, God, only makes us closer to Him, but it helps us focus better and make our dreams and desires in life connect with us quicker. So I believe connecting with God on the meditation level is a great relaxation technique, but it's also a recharging of our soul. So I think that's definitely would help me a lot, and I need to implement it into my daily, if not just at least a couple times a week routine. What are the major health risks and diseases associated with the stress? Well, heart attacks, strokes are among the list, as well as hypertension and migraines. So stress can cause various other things as well. My mother, when my father had passed away, my mother had gotten a tumor in her leg, and that was due from the stress from loss of my father. She was only 42 years old when my father passed at 43. So that was a major stress in our family's life, and my mother really took it hard. She ended up making a tumor in her leg because it never came back ever since then. She never had chemo for it. It was not a cancerous tumor. It was just a tumor brought on by stress. So stress definitely affects us physically. What are the major health risks? Oh, sorry, we said that. What 2 strategies that effectively deal with this stress would you consider using on a weekly basis? Well, first, I would start by allotting time schedules to do things like research papers and house repairs and business repairs and appointments and organizing and various other elements that create stress upon myself. That's the first thing I would need to start doing more of, is following a schedule and making exact times to do certain things. But I'm really not that type of person to be regimented where I'm doing things at this point and that point of the day each day. I like to live off the cuff, is what I like to say, in the moment. So it's kind of hard for me to switch to that way. Secondly, I would like to add exercise back into my life and meditation in order to keep myself relaxed. So those are the 2 strategies that I would definitely consider using on a weekly basis. And that's the end of my journal for this week. Thanks a lot, Professor, and hope to see you soon. God bless.